because the end of the game got really sketchy or very close to being sketchy, and every Minnesota Vikings fan was a little nervous when the Green Bay Packers made it a one-score game. They go for two. They cut it within 6. Touchdown wins the game if their kicker, who missed 2 field goals in that game, makes the kick. Or if they get the onside kick, a field goal wins that game too. So I think a little bit of Minnesota Vikings fans' palms were a little bit sweaty. But I still think that we need to recognize that the Minnesota Vikings defense was still really, really good against Jordan Love. In fact, Jordan Love struggled mightily against the Minnesota Vikings, and this is the second time Jordan Love has struggled for the Green Bay Packers this season. In week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles, according to ESPN and their quarterback rating, Jordan Love, among quarterbacks, was ranked 23rd with a quarterback rating of 83. Baker Mayfield was 1, Derek Carr was 2. Jordan Love was 23rd, Aaron Rodgers 24th, Jalen Hurts 25th, Jacoby Brissett 26th, Caleb Williams 28th, Kirk Cousins 27th, Will Levis 29th, Deshaun Watson 30th. Jordan Love, this is the second time this season that he has struggled. And this offseason, I just got mauled by Green Bay Packers fans because I said that I was not quite sold on Jordan Love being a top franchise quarterback in this league. Okay, that's just week 1 against the Eagles. Unfortunately, he hurt his knee in that game. So the story discussing Jordan Love and his struggles in that game was not covered at all. It's all about when is he going to return, when is he going to come back. It's week 1. Packers need him back. They need him back to make their run. Week 4, he returns against the Minnesota Vikings. So he's wearing the knee brace. And against the Minnesota Vikings, his quarterback rating was very similar to what it was in week 1. He has a quarterback rating of 83. The exact same rating in week 1. And that was ranked 20th among NFL quarterbacks. For comparison, Andy Dalton was ranked higher. Deshaun Watson was ranked higher. Trevor Lawrence was ranked higher. Some other quarterbacks that you would think wouldn't be as high as the quote-unquote franchise quarterback of the future or of the now for the Green Bay Packers. And a big part of why the Green Bay Packers got into the game was the muffed punt by Jalen Naylor that gave them a short field, the fumble by Sam Darnold, which gave the Green Bay Packers a short field. And we should be wary of, not blaming the Vikings' close game on those things because the Packers made plays. When he muffed the punt, the Packers picked it up. When Darnold got hit, the Packers picked it up. So credit to the Packers for doing that, because when the Minnesota Vikings make a play, we don't say, well, Jordan Love or their offense gave it to us. We talk about the Minnesota Vikings defense made a play. So at the same time, we need to credit the Packers where credit is due for making plays in this game to get back into the game. But it wasn't necessarily because Jordan Love just went off. He did score 4 touchdowns in this game, but he also had 3 picks. So the Minnesota Vikings definitely got their fair share of Jordan Love in this game. And the big reason why the Vikings were up 28-0 to begin with was because of Jordan Love. Let's take a look at some of these plays.
A lot of disguise in this Minnesota defense. 3rd down and 7. Walker the block. Lob to the air. And picked off on the play. Grugier Hill. Watson was tangled up like a pretzel, the intended receiver. And the second interception for Grugier Hill.
Well, Watson really got twisted up. and he is down. The trainer is immediately.
Grugier Hill had a pick last week in their game against the Houston Texans, and now he gets another pick this week against Jordan Love. But the Minnesota Vikings immediately get the ball on the Packers' 47-yard line, and it doesn't take much to score a touchdown after that. A couple plays later, Sam Darnold finds Jordan Addison for a deep ball. Jordan Love gave the Minnesota Vikings a short field to take advantage and score a touchdown very, very easily. Well, that wasn't the touchdown to Love. That must have been, or Addison. That must have been a different touchdown because we were already up 14-0 at that point. All right, whatever. That's interception number one. Okay, that might have been the Josh Oliver touchdown or the Jordan Addison. I think it's the Jordan Addison jet sweep, but it doesn't matter. The Vikings went up 21-0. Gave the Vikings a short field. All right, the second interception.
With the 1st and 10 for Jordan Love. High, intercepted, picked off on the play by Griffin. He gets a block from Harrison Smith. He takes it inside the 5. Jordan Love is.
Okay, so another interception by Jordan Love. And the player was wide open. The Minnesota Vikings got a good pass rush on Love all day. He got hit 10 times. Only sacked once, but he got hit 10 times. So he's kind of seeing ghosts out there. But this is a terrible throw by Love. It's a simple throw. Tight ends just sits down on his route. Wide open. Overthrows him a mile. And oddly enough, the wide receiver for the Packers almost caught the ball because he overthrew the tight end. But Shaq Griffin comes in and takes it away. Well, this leads to another Minnesota Vikings touchdown, and they go up 28-0. So Jordan Love put the Minnesota Vikings in a position to dominate this game, and he struggled. Let's just take a look at his numbers in this game. 32 for 54. He threw for almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. But a lot of those yards came at garbage time. A lot of those touchdowns came near the end of the game. And he got them back into the game with some of those touchdowns. But a lot of their credit was more because of their defense made some plays and because of their special teams made some plays. It wasn't like Jordan Love orchestrated all of these long touchdown drives that are 70, 80 yards. He had a long touchdown drive at the end of the game, which cut it down to a 1-score game, which gave them a chance to have an onside kick. And the Minnesota Vikings were playing a poor preventative defense at that time. All right, another interception by Jordan Love.
You can hit that soft spot. Good arm strength there by
Smith with the blitz. Love going deep. Intercepted by Murphy. Intercepted, the 3rd interception.
That's a huge pick because you look at where the Packers are. It's 1st and 10. They're driving down the field. There's 6.5 minutes left on the clock. And you kick a field goal here. You get a little close. You kick a field goal, make a chip shot. It's a 1-score game. They still have all 3 timeouts at this point of the game. He throws a pick, practically seals the game right then and there. Because then the Packers didn't get the ball until late. And they scored a touchdown onside kick. You get the story. But this is a massive interception. Byron Murphy, who they were picking on for most of this game to score their touchdowns, Jordan Love airmails his wide receiver right into the hands of Byron Murphy Jr. And he basically practically seals the deal. So the first 2 weeks that Jordan Love has started this season, week 1 and week 4, he has a passer rating of 83 in both of those games. And he also is ranked in the bottom 10 of quarterbacks in both of those games in terms of passer rating in the NFL. He is ranked 20th against the Minnesota Vikings, and in week 1 against the Eagles, he was ranked 23rd. So a lot of 20 Where is he? I lost him. Where is he? Can't find him. Oh, that's because I got to hit the... I got it. All right, here we go. 23rd. I was right. He's ranked 23rd. I had to sort it by passer rating, not by yards, even though he threw for 400 yards. Got sorted by passer rating. So Jordan Love struggles again. And There's still much to be desired from my eyes when I analyze Jordan Love. He's coached well. He's in a great Matt LaFleur system. But anytime he seems to try to kind of go beyond the system, throw the ball downfield, kind of take things into his own hands, he struggles. And I'm just not a fan of Jordan Love as a top franchise quarterback in this NFL. And the Minnesota Vikings defense deserves credit for making life hard on him.